There's Kitty. Hi, hon. How you doing, baby boy? Mm-hmm. Get you in on the scene. Matthias, can you say hi to everybody? T-Fish, are you live? Can you feed me? What's up, buddy? All right. Hey, everybody. Here with Matthias, Mr. Star-Lord. No, this shirt does not come with a volume switch. But, anywho, I do. Sound good? Okay, just checking. I was thinking about some things. And thought about this 1,000 times. And I don't know, I've never really completely broached the subject about how I feel about a number of things, especially like, healthcare and things like that. And healthcare comes in many forms, okay? There's mental health, there's physical health, there's spiritual health, there's financial health. Health is a broad term or a broad word. And to me, Matthias fully agrees. By the way, he's endorsed this for said video, the aforementioned, that I think we would all agree, whatever station we find ourselves in life, a Mercedes-Benz, a Jaguar J-Series, a high-end Audi, Corvettes, Ferraris, things like that. Those would seriously be considered what? Or rather, certainly be considered what? Luxuries, right? Some are under the guise of a term of sports car. Others are what? Luxury cars, right? They're luxuries. They're not needs, they're wants, right? Now, I have friends and associates here in the country and different parts of the world. And, the people that I know in other parts of the world tell me, why can't you people in America get your health care figured out? Why do you put health care on the pedestal of luxury? It's a need, it's not a want. I don't think having a full to nearly full set of teeth that are alabaster in color and are properly aligned and aid you in chewing and digestion, because if you don't have enough teeth and you chew, well, you're not going to properly digest your food, and that can lead to all kinds of internal problems, I mean, we have 32 teeth, and we get rid of our wisdoms, we have 28, right? Well, that's a lot of teeth for a human mouth. I mean, certainly 24, 25 would get the job done. But when you look at things like, say, oral hygiene, oral health, all right, you see people running around with these beautiful teeth. It kind of tells you right there that, they're doing well, because proper dental hygiene and alignment and gum and teeth health, that takes a lot of work. And of course, since Donald Trump took office a few years ago, the revisions to Medicaid, if you have Medicaid, is this: if you're over the age of 18, the only thing Medicaid covers anywhere in the United States is extractions. So the government has made it clear, we're not going to help you with, basic fillings, checkups, cleanings, none of that. No, that's on you. So it's like this, if you can't take care of your teeth, well, we, the government, aren't going to help you either. So, pull them. All right, well, if you pull my teeth that are bad because you don't think they're worth fixing, at whatever station I'm in life, will you help me with partials or implants or dentures? No, you can just gum your food. Nice. Now, if anybody out there knows anything about socialized medicine, which a lot of countries have adopted and use as their tool to keep their citizens healthy, you don't have that problem. You just go and get your teeth, T-E-E-F, fixed. you know. And doctors actually in a lot of socialized medicine countries get paid bonuses at the end of the year because they get paid by the state to, the doctors are rewarded if there's less claims for those who are in said doctors' practices. You know, wow, you don't have a lot of things coming to us to be paid as the government. You must be, you know, educating your clients, your patients well, you know. So that would be the doctor's incentives in a lot of these socialized medicine countries, to keep their patients healthy, you know. And I think anybody who is in the medical field, that would make them feel really good, you know, that the people I treat I hardly see, you know, not because they can't afford it. It's because they're taking my advice and they're doing well, you know. And I think when you have a level of mental health and physical health, you know, the physical health will help the mental health, you know. But let's broach on that real quick, mental health. I mean, how many people do we see on a daily basis in passing that we know mentally they're not, you know, very centered, you know, they might need an alignment. And it's not to make fun of them or to make light of them or to think less of them. It's the factors that these people need help. Well, the way a lot of insurances are set up now, that they do X amount of coverage, all right? And if you top out your coverage for your mental health needs, you're just broomed aside, you're put out on the streets. I mean, providing you're not representing a harm to yourself or others, right? You just throw you to the streets. But I need more help. I'm getting closer, I'm making progress, but I need help. That's too bad. You know, come back in a year when there's new, you know, allotments for your health, but, you know, you've exhausted all the resources that are afforded you this semester or this trimester or this quarter or this annual, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, to me, that's like putting a Band-Aid on a 6-stitch wound. You know, it's not going to stop the bleeding. It's not going to heal it properly. Or if it does heal and clot, coagulate, it's going to leave one hell of a scar. Well, too bad. You know, and this new thing that we're hearing about, like, you know, support animals and emotional help animals and things like that. I'm not putting that down at all, but, you know, that certainly wasn't something that was there when I was younger. You know, this is all shit that I've been hearing about in the last 10 years or so. You know, maybe you too. Again, I think it's wonderful. You know, I can't even begin to express how cathartic and how helpful across the board it's been in my life when I've had, you know, my quadrupeds in my life, you know. Or sometimes they fly, sometimes they hop, sometimes they gallop, sometimes they bark, and sometimes they meow. But they've all brought something to my life. So I'm not discounting that at all. And maybe that is a wave of the future to help people emotionally and their mental health, you know. Hey, it beats getting hooked on something that the pharmacy's going to give you, right? I mean, I'm convinced MDs, they're just licensed drug dealers. You know, they want, you know, the cops want to get you in the system, and the doctors want to get you on drugs. You know, it's all part of the control. But I'm not going to get off on too much of a tangent. But, you know, I really find it pathetic that the last time I checked, we are still the most wealthy country in the world. I don't know if we're the most powerful. I certainly don't think we're the best country in the world, not by far. How can you be the best country and there's people running around needing mental health and physical health, and we're just, you know, looking at them and say something arbitrary like, well, get a job. Well, find yourself a place to live first. You know, get a car, whatever. Well, how am I going to be able to do that if my mind isn't working right or I'm physically unable? Okay? So we'll just give you some small stipends and put you on SSA or SSI or something like that, and, you know, you can live high off the hog off of $800-900 a month. No. So just remember this. This November is an election year, okay? The Republicans aren't going to help you with what I've discussed, nor the Democrats. I don't know a whole lot about libertarians, but something tells me if one of them got in, probably wouldn't be a night and day change. So, if you're going to go out and riot and loot and pillage and flip cars over and raise hell and talk about Black Lives Matter, well, that's bullshit. And I'll tell you why. All lives matter. Except for those heinous bastards who take lives or destroy lives. But of those aside, all lives matter. And this might be the time for you young people to use the technology to make a difference, to unite, to come together and figure out what it is you guys want moving forward that could benefit your generation and future generations, right? You know, the 60s had a great idea, you know, with the peace movement, the anti-war movement, the civil rights movements, right? But they had two things against them. They didn't have a way to unite via technology to where you could come together quickly. Everything had to be kind of word of mouth, right? And number two, it wasn't properly financed, if financed at all. So if you guys want to have a revolution and really put something in place in the near future that will endure to where we can really put ourselves back on the map as being one of, if not the best countries in the world, then what you need to do is use the technology you have wisely. Not to show videos of people doing stupid shit or being a hoochie. No. But use the technology to get things together. Get some people in place who are responsible and can be trusted to sit down and formulate, you know, what it is we want and what we need now and moving forward. And then get the backers to financially help you, because a revolution is not free, boys and girls. A revolution costs money. Okay? So this is a very, very fireside chat with the professor. No jokes, no bad language, nothing about women or music. Okay? No. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Okay? Oh, right, guys? You bet. Listen to Matthias and I, okay? We love you. We care about you. Right? Okay? Sometimes, like I said, I make these videos for my own savage amusement, and sometimes I use them as part of a therapy. But this is a video I want you people to hear, and hopefully you can utilize. And it can really give you some food for thought. Because, let me tell you something, the people like Gandhi and Martin Luther King and John F. Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy, even Malcolm X, especially towards the end, none of those guys represented violence. You know? Malcolm X did at one time, but then I think he realized, you know, maybe Martin Luther King's got a good idea. You know, maybe we need to look at this from a different perspective. It's about saving lives. It's about creating lives. It's about giving lives back. It's not about taking them. Whether it's peace or victory, think about what I'm saying. I don't like violence. I am a pacifist by nature. Now, if somebody pushes me too far, I will do my best to put you through a wall. But sometimes you have to turn that other cheek. And I think in the end, it can be done. But it has to be done with organization and backing, financial backing. And figure out what it is you want, and figure out, if you're successful, what you're going to do if that time comes. Because, you know, it's not just about having a revolution going, hey, yeah, we topple the government. Now what do we do? You got to have a battle plan, you know. And I have some ideas of how it should be done, you know. And there's going to be some bloodshed. Sure, it's going to cost some money. Sure, it's not going to go easy. But you know what? Anything worthwhile in life doesn't and shouldn't come easy. Love you. Peace out.